Even if you don't believe in religion or Christianity, you see what's going on. You know something isn't right. And you also know that we're heading towards something that is not good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was doing a series talking about the end times and a sort of guide for non-believers and those who may not be raptured. The last video left off with the first 3.5 years of the 7-year tribulation period when the Antichrist comes into power. So this video, I just wanted to spend some time talking about how the Antichrist will come into power and be successful in deceiving people and getting people to believe in him and to follow him. Because I know some people may think, well, how does one person unite the entire world? It's impossible for him to get the entire world to believe in him and follow whatever he says, do whatever he says. But we've seen that on small scales throughout history. So I wanted to talk about it on a much larger scale, a global scale. You don't have to believe in religion to understand this warning. Across history, societies in crisis tend to produce the same kind of leader. Different names, different eras, but the same pattern. What some religions may call the Antichrist, others might call authoritarianism, totalitarianism, or mass manipulation. So let's talk about how this works, historically and practically. First of all, crisis has always been a doorway. Every major deception regime rose during economic instability, civil unrest, cultural fragmentation, fear and exhaustion, loss of trust in institutions. And in these moments, people don't look for truth during chaos. They look for relief. And that's when a calm, confident figure becomes powerful. There are some parallels throughout history that shows that this has happened before. Like I said, we've seen it on smaller scales. Nazi Germany in 1930s, Germany was devastated. There was hyperinflation, national humiliation, political violence. Hitler didn't rise by preaching hatred at first. He rose by promising stability, national pride, economic recovery, and propaganda portrayed him as a savior, a unifier, a moral restorer. By the time reality contradicted the image, dissent was dangerous. Let's look at the Soviet Union. Their promise was equality, worker empowerment, justice, but the result was total control of information, forced loyalty, rewriting of history. Truth became whatever the state said it was. Now let's look at some cult leaders. 2 examples, the Jonestown and Heaven Gates cults. These leaders, they spoke softly, they used moral language, they promised protection and meaning. The followers weren't stupid, they were just emotionally invested. So what makes this era different? And I will say the biggest thing is technology. Previous regimes needed soldiers, borders, physical force, but modern power requires narrative control, digital systems, psychological influence. If you control what people see, you control what they believe. We've seen how fast AI and deepfakes has taken over social media. This is the end of seeing is believing. AI can now create realistic fake videos, fabricate speeches and confessions, show events that never happen, and imitate voices and facial expressions.
Friends, listen, what you're seeing right now is crazy.
We are crossing a line in human history where the boundary between reality and fiction is vanishing. And
this is not Hollywood billion-dollar high production studio. This is open source. This is from your computer. A click of a button. And most people will not be able to even tell the difference now. So be safe out there. Question what you see. Verify what you believe. And follow who must stay ahead of the curve.
Soon, video will no longer equal truth. And because of this, a global deceiver wouldn't need to silence opponents. They could simply manufacture evidence against them. So I'm sure you're saying, how can all this be used? So a powerful authority could release a fake video of protests turning violent, fabricate crimes by critics, or create miraculous events or rescues. They can justify crackdowns using false footage. And once people lose interest in reality itself, they cling to whoever claims to clarify the truth. We see that today. So why do people follow anyway? Mainly because humans are wired to trust authority during fear, believe repetition over facts. They choose emotional comfort over uncertainty. This isn't about intelligence, it's about psychology. Control never starts with force. No one signs up for tyranny. They sign up for safety, stability, normal life, and control systems are framed as this: temporary, for your protection, to stop misinformation, and by the time resistance feels necessary, dependence already exists. So why does this ancient warning still fit? Even without religion, the pattern is very clear. The greatest danger is an obvious evil. It's convincing false good. A leader who promotes unity but suppresses dissent, allows belief but controls truth, uses technology to enforce loyalty. Haven't we seen that before? Don't we see that today? But history shows us the ending each and every time. So this warning isn't about fear, it's about discernment in an age where reality can be manufactured. Even if you don't believe in religion or Christianity, you see what's going on. You know something isn't right. And you also know that we're heading towards something that is not good. I did this video just to have something concrete out there that people can go to and hold on to when it seems everything else is falling apart or you can't trust everything else that you see. And when the system does fall, and it eventually will fall, you can look back on this and say, I see what's going on. I'm going to be different.